Welcome here, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pictou County Wellness Center for Game 3 between the Subs and the Weeks. The Phil Herod Cup playoffs. Series is tied 1-1 as we head into this game. A little head-to-head matchup looking at some stats here between both teams. A pretty even series so far as we head into Game 3. The first game for the Weeks at home for this series. Puck drop for the first period about to be underway. People rolling in. One of those crowded Weeks games I've seen here this season. And here we go, folks. Kidd wins it back early. Thrown in there and dumped into the Subs zone. A big hit in front of the Weeks bench. Subs trying to break things out here. Normer moving that one through, getting it up. Shot on. That one goes wide as it's blocked in front. Big hit there by Kidd to keep that pass to the corner for McCachran. He'll try and play it out. Pugsley flipping that. They'll keep it in. Weeks with it now. Cutting back, McCachran into his own zone. He'll hand it off for McKenzie. McKenzie intercepted there. Big interception from Breen. Now going the other way, Kidd. A little bit of room. Puck just went a little bit too far ahead. Now Frasier playing it back. Weeks in possession. Williams. He'll bring it into the Subs zone. Shot on. Blocked in front there. He'll get it back down in the corner. Looking to set something up. Weeks have possession. Conlon. Walking in, a shot on, and that goes off the outside of the post. Conlon trying to keep it in there. It's flipped out. McKenzie dumping it right back. Weeks will have to regroup here. So they try and play it out. Frasier's in. A shot on, and that one goes wide. Still battling at it. Puck's loose. It's up to the line. Williams, and he takes a shot, and it goes in, but the net is off. And we'll have some pushing and shoving in front. A big chance there for Lawrence Williams early into this game. And the rest will get the net back on there and we'll resume this game. And the draw, one back by the Weeks. Frasier dumping that into the corner down behind the net. Back for it is Conlon. Gives it off for Sim. Sim gets that poked away by Duffy. Conlon playing it in front. And it slips out past Sullivan. Down the length of the ice. As they try and fight for it now, Turner. Getting it up to the line. It's kept in. Down in the corner, Breen battling. It's off for Sim. Sim handing it off to Sullivan. He'll get some pressure there. Subs retaking possession. Conlon getting a stick in. Now he'll bring it through. Giving it to Cameron. Jack Cameron back from injury. Shot on. And another shot, and they can't bury the rebound. Ethan Frasier, a close chance. Frasier picks it back up in the corner. He'll circle around the back of the net. Playing it in front, Conlon. And it's off the pad there of Cole. Up to the line, Turner trying to play this one out. He'll get it up off the boards and down. Now they're pushing in for it. Munden shut down there. Great play by Bertram. Tanner fans on that pass. He'll have to play it into the open ice. Back for Cohen Tanner behind his net. He'll circle in front. And it's played out to the open ice. McIntosh grabbing it. He'll play it back for Tanner. Bertram still battling. Tanner will pick it back up and plays it out in front. And they score! Subaru gets a quick one off a misplay, and they'll go up 1-0 early into this first period. Burgess poking that one. Great pass to Orlando, an unfortunate play for the Weeks to open up this game. Subs up by 1. As the Subs win that draw back. They just wouldn't let up on the pressure on the Weeks, and as they were trying to get it out, gets turned over right in front. An unfortunate play. Unfortunate bounce, and Serhando can't get back over. Burgess laying the hit there. He'll play it in front, a shot on. Goes wide, rebounds alive, and they score again! Subs go up by 2. Carver will get this one. Another unfortunate rebound for the Weeks. Subs will not hesitate to throw that one in as they go up 2-0 on 2 shots here. One back by the Weeks. McKenzie racing for it, trying to get it through. It's off for Kidd. Kidd with some speed walking in. A shot! And that one goes wide. Into the corner. Swain playing that back to Kidd. He'll play it into the slot. A shot on. Blocked in front. And that one's poked by. Sparks trying to get there. Weeks will get possession, not for long, as it's thrown down the length of the ice. McPhee playing that over. McQueen couldn't reach it. That goes down the length of the ice. No icing on this play. Swain trying to play that one in. Turned over. Sparks a shot on. He'll have to head to the bench here. His net guard's coming off as it's back behind the Weeks net as they try and desperately break it out here. Cross flipping that into the air. Dumped in by Swain. Kidd after it. Kidd hit there by McQueen, and he'll take possession. McQueen bringing that one into the neutral. Crossing red. A nice move there. Sullivan trying to race to shut him down. A shot off the shoulder of Serhando. Played back up to the line. Shot on again. Tipped in front. Rebound controlled. Sullivan will take it and flip it off the glass as that goes down. Land throwing it around. Sim almost got it on his stick as he throws it into the neutral. Breen shut down there. Subs will go offside, and we'll get a whistle here. We'll have a look at the playoff bracket here. Islanders versus Max as well is going on right now as they battle to go to the championship. 4 teams left to go here in the season. Puck is dropped, pushing it through. Conlon trying to get by there. Subs with possession. Turned over. Now McKenzie will throw it in on net. Cole controlling that one. Played around to Frasier, turned over, and a big block there. Frasier taking it into the slot. And he gets hooked up there as that's thrown in by the Subs. Williams trying to get back for it. He'll cut into the corner. Now behind the net, battling for it. He'll get tripped up. No call on this play either. Now McKenzie playing this one over. Flipped in by Conlon. White. As that's around, trying to get it to Munden. Munden, a nice play there. And Breen couldn't reach it. Sullivan will throw that back in to the Sub zone. Breen breaking that out. It's tipped in. Sullivan battling. McPhee moving that. Trying to get there. A big hit by Turner. It's up to the line. Shot on there. Blocked in front by White. Now he'll take it and go the other way. Bringing that out to the neutral. Tanner trying to flip it by. And now it's turned over once again. A shot on. And that one goes high and a big hit. And Serhando will come out of the net to cover that one up. A big save. As he'll try and slow this game down. Frasier, a couple nice chances there on that last shift as they switch things up. Subs with it off the draw. Turned over to Kidd. He'll circle around the back of the net. You have to be careful with Nathan Kidd, one of the fastest players on the ice here, as he gets it up to Croft. Croft in, a shot on, and it's covered up there by Will Cole. We'll have a draw here in the Sub zone, just to the left of Cole. Subs will win it back as they try and play this one around. Duffy dumping that one in. He'll chase after it. It's up to the line, turned over. Smith into the slot. Hands that one over, a shot goes wide. Bertram controlling that one. He'll try and get it to Croft. Big hit there, neutral, but Cameron has it. He'll bring it in. A nice move. Tries to get over to Pugsley, but that pass is a little behind. Pugsley couldn't keep that one. It's back for Croft. Moving it over, to Cameron. Dumping that one into the Sub zone, and the Weeks will get a change. Duffy with it. He'll fire it down the length of the ice, McCackern back. He'll curl in his zone. Flipping that one in. Conlon to Frasier. Frasier walking in. And he's shut down there by Frasier. Now Sim trying to get it off the boards. And we'll get a whistle, I believe, for a hand pass. Draw here, just outside the Sub zone. McQueen with it. Right off the draw, he'll move it. Sparks back to McQueen, a nice play, a shot. Blocked in front by McCackern. Ryan dumping that one back in. Sparks racing for it. He'll get possession. Playing that one in front. McQueen up to the line. Normore moving that one over, a shot on. And it goes wide. Scotland, a lot of big shots here for the Subs from the blue line. As that's thrown down the length of the ice there, we'll get a Weeks icing. Draw here now in the Weeks zone. Breen taking this one against Sim. And Breen will get kicked out of the draw here. Tremblay coming in for him. Gets it back to Breen. Shot on! And it goes off the post. What a shot. Breen to the line for McPhee. McPhee plays that one over. Another shot on, blocked in front from Henry. Down in the corner, played in front. McLean trying to get the shot off, and he's slowed down by Sim. Frasier and Conlon the other way. That pass is a little off. McPhee back with it. Frasier on his tail, but he can't catch him. Tremblay moving that. McLean dumping that one in. Sorhanda will come out of the net to settle that puck down. Up to the line, McPhee with a slapper, and the bottom of his stick goes flying. Frasier, shot on, and he scores! Ethan Frasier! And the Weeks cut the Subs lead in half. What a goal from Ethan Frasier, the Weeks' best scorer among the regular season. Now Subs with it off the draw. Duffy playing that one over. As they try and break out here. It goes down. Munden trying to get there. Played back in. Shot on. Rebound's alive, and it's poked out of the way as they try and get it up to the line here to Duffy. Another shot on, blocked. Now Eisner. As they flip that over to Green. Green trying to poke that one in. And a big hit there. And we're going to get a stoppage in play. And we're going to see a penalty to Munden. Weeks are heading to the power play. Munden heading to the box for interference. After a hit on Green, Weeks will go to work on the power play. Croft, Tanner, McKenzie, Bertram, and Kidd as they try and tie things up early. McKenzie couldn't get it back. Subs have possession. Thrown down there by Scotland. Serrano out of the net to stop that puck. And the Weeks will go the other way. Bertram moving that to McKenzie. McKenzie dumping that in. Played around by Cole as Tanner trying to get his stick on it, and it's thrown down there. A minute 30 left on the Weeks man advantage. Picked up by Bertram. He'll bring it into the neutral. Bertram crossing red, getting that one over. Cohen Tanner with it. Can't keep it in. It's back into the neutral. And now it's turned over. Burgess the other way, a shot on. Blocked in front. A big block from Bertram. Now Croft. We'll try and break this one out for the Weeks. Flipped up and turned over as Carver dumps that in. A great penalty kill thus far from the Subs. Williams with it. He'll play it to Sim. Sim, a nice move, almost taken down there. Weeks looking for a penalty, but now the other way. Breen. He'll play it back into his own zone. Land getting it. Land playing that one around. And it's thrown down there. Cameron couldn't get his stick on it. It's on to Serhando. Cameron has Breen on him. Sim picking it up. He'll circle in his end. Sim bringing this one in. Almost shut down there by Land. And the Subs throw it down the other way. With just 12 seconds left on the Weeks man advantage. Cameron to Frasier. Intercepted. Conlon dumping that one in. And we're back to even strength. Subs keeping the Weeks back from even getting a shot on for that power play. As Munden trying to flip it down, it's to Smith. Smith trying to get around McCackern now. A shot on, and a pad save from Serhando. Conlon trying to bring that one through. It's back for Sim. Sim gets hit there on the boards. It's back in the Subs' possession now. Normore throwing that one down, and we'll have a Subs icing here with 8:04 left to go here. We're past the 10-minute mark, so both teams will have a short break here. Players to watch here for the Subs. Chase Munden has been a great offensive effort for those guys. As well as Max Breen out there. He plays a chippy game. Will Cole is the guy to keep your eyes on the most here. Absolutely outstanding in between the pipes. Just 20 seconds left to go here on this break. Subs up 2-1. Weeks trying to get back, but Subs defensively are on their A game. As the Weeks try and break through here. Weeks with an outstanding offense. So real head-to-head matchup here. As we have the draw down in the Subs zone. Kidd taking this one. Against Ryan. And it's won back by the Subs as they throw this one to the neutral. Williams there. He'll get taken down as he throws it back. Ryan crossing red, and he'll dump it in. Williams back for it again. He'll get hit behind the net. McKenzie with it. He'll flip that one up. Intercepted and thrown back down by Henry. Williams tipped in by Kidd. Now Swain trying to get there. He'll play it around the open boards. But the Subs will get it, moving it to the neutral. Bertram. Hit on the boards there. Swain throwing it in on. And it's played away by Will Cole there. Thrown down the length of the ice. That'll be a Subs icing. Draw here back in the Subs zone. The Subs will get it back. Henry playing that one back into the week's end. Breen trying to beat the icing, and he will. As him and Bertram battle for it, it's moved. Conlon trying to bring this one up. He still has it. Conlon working his way in. DeSim shot on, and it's blocked in front by McPhee. And goes way up into the netting. Or excuse me, by Frasier. So the draw to the right of Will Cole. As the Subs get it right off the draw, playing it off the glass, down to the neutral. Tremblay throwing that one in. McLean trying to get there. Tanner will move it to Sullivan. Frasier trying to keep that one. It's moving in the corner. Tremblay battling with Sullivan. Sullivan goes down there, but it gets moved over to Tanner, who will bring it the other way. Cohen Tanner flipping that one in. And the Subs will get it right back. Now Ryan working this one in. Has Tremblay way to the right. He'll cut back with it. Shot on. And a blocker save there from Sorhando. Frasier throwing that off the glass, and it hit the netting there. We'll get a stoppage here. Now the draw here, back in the weak zone. Subs win it back. As that one's moved over. Duffy, shot on, covered up by Sorhando. Duffy, a big player on the blue line for the Subs. One of their best offensive defensemen. Early in the regular season, led the league in points. Now Pugsley moving that one down, and that'll be a week's icing unless McIntosh can get there, and he will. Plays it to White. White circling around. Looking for an option. Into the slot. McIntosh couldn't get his stick on it. Now the other way, Munden. Throwing that up into the neutral. Williams and Turner will collide there, and it's tipped in by Pugsley. Duffy moving that. McCackern intercepts, but it's back for Turner. As they try and push it through, a nice move there, a shot, and it flips up, controlled there by Sorhando. What a chance for McQueen. And now some pushing and shoving, once again in front of the net. These two teams do not like each other. Refs break things up. Both teams will get some fresh legs out there. With 5:22 left to go in this first frame. Burgess taking the draw. He'll push it through. A shot on, and they score! Subs up by 2. Late into the first, Burgess getting his second of the game. Pushes it through on the draw, gets it in, a little chippy shot goes up high. And the Subs up 3-1. Bertram throwing that in for the Weeks. as it's moved down. Tipped in there by Burcham. Cole out of the net. He'll play that one. As they try and play it out, McKenzie's there to hold the line. Back in the hands of the Subs. Move to Smith. Smith trying to get past Burcham, a shot. And a stick save there, goes off the glass. Green battling for this puck. He'll throw it down for a Weeks icing. Shots 10-5 here in the Subs' favor. Weeks haven't been really able to set much up in their zone. Subs just all over them. I think where they'll get the Subs is on the rush, as they did with Frasier, and we're going to get a penalty here against Sam Ryan for a cross-check to the back. And I'm not sure who that is. It's Ethan Frasier. Not a good sight for the Weeks. Their top scorer. Turn the camera away here until we are sure he's up and all right. Or no, it's Nick McKenzie, excuse me. McKenzie back up. And feeling all right. Hopefully he'll be able to come back in this game. He'll stay on the bench, I believe. Or no, he'll head to the locker room for some looking over. Hopefully he can return to this one. But now the Weeks, an opportunity on the power play once again here. As the Subs bringing this one out. Green, he'll throw that one in. Down around the back of the net, Serhando playing that one around. Tanner will get there. Tanner bringing this one into the neutral. Looking for an option. He'll cut into the slot. Hanging this one back for Burcham. A misplay there, and it's poked out to the neutral. Burcham handing it back to Tanner. Tanner dropping that one. Kidd with it. Couple nice moves, Kidd working his way in. Looking for an option, gives it to Burcham. He'll play it in deep. Pugsley to Burcham with a 1-T, and he flips in! The Weeks score! What a goal from Jaden Croft, tipping that one in right in front of Will Cole. A big shot from Burcham at the line. And the Weeks once again just down by one as they try and get on even grounds. One back by the Subs. They try and push this one through. Breen couldn't get his stick on it, so it's back for McCachran. He'll play it up to Conlon. Couldn't get his stick on it. Tremblay playing that one back into the Weeks zone. Sullivan's back for it. It's up to the line. Duffy. He'll shot on. Big save there. Rebound's alive, but it's poked out of there by Sullivan. Sullivan flipping that through. Frasier couldn't get his stick on it. And we'll get an offside. Weeks couldn't get much going on their first power play of this game. But this time they kept it high and threw it on. And let some of the chippier guys in front finish the job. And it works out for them here. With a big goal from Jaden Croft. Sullivan moving that through. Flip to Frasier. Frasier with it at the line. He'll try and play it into the slot for Conlon. It's to Sim. A shot on. And that one goes wide. Rebound thrown up to the line there. McCachran couldn't keep it in, so he'll dump it back. And Weeks will have to clear out here. Subs a chance to regroup. McDonald to McPhee. McDonald couldn't get on it. Frasier in the slot. A shot. And he scores! Ethan Frasier! With his second of the game, the Weeks tie things up. An unfortunate turnover for the Subs. Gives it to Frasier right in the slot. And he'll fire it by Will Cole for the second of the game. As it's now 3-3 late in the first period. McCackern firing that through. Croft hit off of it there. Smith poked off that one. Sorhando in a sticky situation here. Turn over to Bertram. Bertram in the corner. He'll flip that one around. White trying to get there, but Carver gets there first. And we're going to see a penalty here, I believe. I'm not sure what that whistle was for. Perhaps a hand pass. We won't see a penalty. But we will reset here in the weak zone. Burgess taking the draw. He's been on his A game for the faceoffs here. As he tries to push this one through as he did on his last goal. Sullivan getting it. He'll move that one to Croft, who tips it in. Down behind the net. Scotland playing that one back around. Getting there's Carver. He'll battle it out. Kept in. Now Cameron takes a hit there and gets shut down in the slot. Carver with it as he moves it to Smith. Smith taking his time in his zone. He'll play through now. Burgess playing that one in. Sullivan gets there, moves it to Kidd. Kidd playing that one through. It's over to Croft. Croft walking in. Drop past the Kidd, who throws it. And that one goes wide. It's back into the neutral zone. Lawrence Williams. He'll throw that in on net. And it's played to the side by Cole. Now moving through. Land dumping that one in. It's back for Williams. Williams moving that to McKenzie, who's back on the ice. Good to see for the Weeks. He'll move that through. Beating the ice, Pugsley. And unfortunately hit off the back of the net. Looking for a rebound in front, I'm sure. Pugsley up to the line. Williams, a shot on. And a big blocker save there from Cole. As they flip this one out to the neutral, Williams grabbing it. Moves it to Eisner. It's back for Pugsley, who's getting some pressure there from Sparks. And Pugsley loses his glove. It's back into the weak zone. McKenzie playing that one over. Flipped up to Eisner. He'll play it into the neutral. Pugsley couldn't get his stick on it. Now moving the other way. Henry gets shut down. Eisner with it again. As it's flipped up. Sparks there. And he plays a reverse hit onto Green. And that one flips off the stick of McKenzie into the netting. We'll get a stoppage with 13 seconds left to go. What a period of hockey this has been. Shots 11-8 in the Subs' favor, but we've seen 6 goals here in total between both clubs. Sim pushing that through on the draw, but it's back for the Subs. Normore throwing that in. Tremblay dumping that into the weak zone. Just 4 seconds left. McCackern plays it around. Frasier's there. And that'll do it for the first frame. Things are tied up 3-3 as we get a little action behind the net between Breen and McCackern. Both players will head to their respective locker rooms. And we'll take a short break here. We'll be back with the second period. Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, the Pictou County Wellness Center for the second period between the Weeks and the Subs. Puck drop for the second period is about to be underway. An extremely action-packed first here. 3-3 is your score thus far. Shots 11-8 in the Subs' favor, as they've been absolutely fantastic for the most part defensively. Both teams, a couple unfortunate turnovers that resulted in a goal. Refs get ready to go here, and so will we. And here we go. Kid trying to win it back there. Threat played in by Ryan. He'll fan on that dump in, so they'll battle for it on the boards. It's played over Sparks. As that goes high, and a big hit at center ice there. Pugsley moving that to Croft. Croft already with one in this game. And we'll get a stoppage here. So we head back down just outside the weak zone. Nathan Kidd taking the draw here against Sam Ryan. And we'll get a quick switch there. Munden coming out onto the right wing. Ryan trying to win it back. They're all tied up. Back down into this weak zone. Pugsley trying to get that one, and it'll be offside. Both teams will get a few fresh legs out there. Bit of a slow start to this game. Can't get out of the neutral. Or to this period, excuse me, I should say. Breen wins that one clean back. Duffy to Land. Land with it. He'll cross red and dump it in. Back around for Sirhando. Breen trying to get there as it's played in front, and Sirhando will cover that up. And a little bit of pushing and shoving as Breen gets in there. The job that Breen does well is getting into those chippy areas even after the whistle. Trying to stir up a little something. Gotta love it in playoff hockey. Subs win it back. And it's played around. Conlon trying to get there first. As it's moved back, McKenzie flipping it to the neutral. And we'll get a Weeks icing. And the draw here to the right of Sirhando. Puck is dropped and it's pushed back out to the neutral for Conlon. Conlon sneaking by. Still on the path for it. He'll take a shot on. That hits the outside of the netting. Sims in there. Plays it in front. Frasier scores! There's the hat trick! Frasier takes the lead. What a goal! A playoff hat trick for Ethan Frasier. Gets the Wellness Center going. Weeks take their first lead of the game early in the second period. What a play and what a goal. Conlon quarterbacking that one down. Relentless to stay on it. Gets it back to Sim. Sim with the drop pass to Frasier in the slot. And he scores. What a goal. Scotland with it as Subs try and get this one back. Smith pushing through. A shot on, and that one tips off the post. The Subs tie it up. What a quick return. That one, a loose puck just flips by. hits off the outside of the post. Scotland will get the credit for that one. And we're back to having things tied up here. What a turn of events. Subs tie things up within 30 seconds as they win it back off the draw. Scotland with it. Carver trying to push this one through. Burgess handing it back. Scotland. He'll play it into the slot. Going through. Smith. A shot on. Covered up there by Serhando. I didn't even catch how that puck was bounced on, but it was screened and Serhando just didn't see where that one was bouncing to. Just hits off the outside of the post. An interesting goal, but the Subs will take it. Pugsley there in the corner of his own zone. He'll flip it up, kept in by Land. Dumped in deeper by Sparks. Sullivan back for it. He'll hand it back for McCachran. McCachran to Sullivan. Sullivan to Pugsley, and he couldn't get his stick on it, but it's tipped in. Land moves that around. It's turned over to Sim. Sim in the slot for Frasier. And that one goes high back out to the neutral. McCachran playing that one to Frasier, who tips it in. As it goes back around. Land getting there. He'll look for an option. He'll flip it up high. And it's off. Sparks couldn't get his stick on it. Thrown in by McQueen to Ryan in the slot. And a big save there. Jared Serhando keeps this game tied early in the second period. What a play there from the Subs to send Ryan off. Now we'll have a draw here to the right of Serhando. Kid didn't see where that one went, but it's to Conlon. Conlon bringing it out to the neutral, hit by Tremblay. He'll still get it in. Croft battling for it. Taken by Breen, who moves it around. Tremblay. He'll bring it through the neutral now, tipping that one in. Played back, Bircham. Battling forward in the corner, has Tremblay holding him. The puck's at a standstill, and it's flipped around up to the line. Normore, playing that in. Into the corner for Breen. That one gets poked out of his possession. Croft there. He'll flip it down. Kidd trying to beat the icing. And it's beat off there, and a big hit on Henry from Nathan Kidd. Subs the other way. Breen bringing this one through. Plays it into the slot. No one's there. It's back for Green. Green playing that one down. Frasier. A stretch. A shot. And a big pad save. Rebound's alive. And it's still out. Refs will blow the whistle. Frasier a chance to get a fourth. Shut down with a big pad save from Will Cole. Draw here in the Soup zone. Pushed through by Swain. He'll go into the corner with it. Playing that one back for Sim. Sim behind the net. Has a collision there. Now it's up for McQueen. McQueen cutting back, and a nice play there. Trying to get it through to Munden. Shut down. Into the corner now. McQueen playing that back around. Munden will get there. As it's off, played in front. Sim intercepting that pass. He'll flip it to Frasier. Frasier skating through. He'll go wide in the corner. Around the back of the net, looking for an option. Plays it into the corner for McKenzie. McKenzie, Sullivan, a 1-T. Rebound's alive. Sim trying to flip it. Can't get it on his stick. McQueen takes that one back. McQueen the other way. Playing this one through across blue. And he can't get it past Cameron there. Frasier playing it over to Sim. Sim in, a shot, and a big glove save from Will Cole. Shots 14 to 13 now, excuse me, in the Subs' favor. So we're tied up 4-4. And the draw. One back by Green. Shot on for Bugsley goes wide. Eisner laying the body there, but it's moved over. Land with it. He'll move it through. Burgess trying to get his stick on it. He dumps it in. Sullivan back for it, trying to get there before Carver does. Plays it over to Eisner. Eisner and Cameron trying to hold up there. Carver with possession in the corner. He'll have to battle for it. Still at a standstill here. It's flipped up to the line. Land keeping that one in. Cameron gets it in the corner. Carver, taking that one back. Plays it in. Sullivan's there. And it's up. Pugsley going the other way. Has Green with him. And he loses that one, but it's back Eisner dumping that one in. And the Weeks will get a change here. Land with it. He'll flip it through. And that'll be a Subs icing. We'll head down to the other end. Draw here in the Subs zone. Trying to get it back off the draw is Swain. McIntosh couldn't get a clean draw. And it's flipped down the length of the ice there by the Subs. And they'll get another icing. Trying to pull a sneaky change off there. Refs won't let it happen. Draw here again in the Subs zone. And it's back. Land trying to play it out, and he will. It's back for Williams in his own end. Subs will get a change. Williams will throw a stretch pass down, tipped in there. Cameron playing it back. It's into the corner. Ryan throwing that around. And a big hit there from Williams. Pugsley gaining possession. Moves it to Bircham, who dumps it in. Cole settles that one down to Normore. Henry. Stretch pass down to Sparks with it. He'll play it over. McQueen. Drop pass to Ryan. He'll try and get a backhand shot off, and it'll go up and hit the netting. .03 left to go here in this second period. Things still tied up. So we have a draw in the weak zone. Push back to Bircham. He'll play it over to McCachran. McCachran flipping that through. It's intercepted by McQueen. He'll play it over to Ryan. Ryan, a shot. Blocked in front. That goes up and hits the netting. Battling forward in the corner here, Bircham. Battling for that one, Breen pushing through, but it's around for McCachran. McCachran flipping it up, and that'll hit the netting as well. draw here. In the weak zone. Weeks will win it back. Played around to Bertram. Bertram with it. Plays it up. Kept in by Tremblay. He'll throw it on. That one goes wide. Land a shot on. Tipped. And it's in! Tremblay throwing in the rebound. Subs take the lead 5-4. A shot from the line, tipped in front. Serhando made the initial save, but it gets fed over right to Tremblay, and he'll tip it in. Subs lead 5-4 here. And the draw. Conlon getting that one back. Turned over to Breen. He'll throw it in. Sullivan in the corner, moving that around. Breen gets there. He'll take a shot on. That one goes high. And it circles back to the neutral. Land getting it. He'll play that one over. Duffy flipping it down for a Subs icing. And we're going to see a penalty here. Jack Cameron heading to the box. So now Subs with their first power play opportunity of the game as they try and extend their lead back to 2 goals. I didn't notice that one. They'll change the draw here to being just outside the weak zone. And the Subs will try to go to work here. Played over McDonald, racing for it. McCackern throws that one down. Cameron getting a roughing penalty. Scotland the other way, moving that one. McDonald, he'll dump that in. Serhando tried to settle that one down, couldn't get his stick on it. And it's flipped back down. Weeks clearing it again here. McDonald giving it to Scotland. He'll play it through over to McQueen. McQueen racing in with this one. He'll play it around the corner. McDonald's there. He plays it back in deep. Carver trying to hand that one off. Sullivan trying to clear. And it's kept in. Hits a couple bodies. McDonald with a shot. Kept in at the line by McQueen. McQueen over. Scotland. Plays it in deep. McDonald getting some pressure there. Throws it in to the corner for Carver. Carver hit off that one. They'll all battle for it. A couple bodies down. It comes out. White trying to get it. And he will. And he throws that down. Kept in by Scotland. 35 seconds left to go here on the Subs power play. It's in for Carver. McCackern trying to lay the body there. And it's tied up in the same spot as before. McDonald trying to get his stick in there, and he will. McDonald with it now. Up to the line, McQueen. A nice move. Gives it to McDonald. In for Scotland, a shot. Blocked in front by Sullivan. 8 seconds left here. He'll play it in deep for McQueen. A shot. Blocked by Sullivan. And it goes out to the neutral. McPhee grabbing it. And we're back to even strength. McQueen trying to get another rush in. Hands it to Breen. Breen walking in wide. He'll play it in front. Rebound controlled there. Now Cameron pushing it the other way, fresh out of the box. He's shut down by Ryan, who dumps it back into the weak zone. Serhando in a sticky situation as he gets it around. A couple of bodies down there. McCacker will get it in the corner. It's on the boards, flipped up. Cameron couldn't catch that one. Henry with it. Plays it in for Ryan. Ryan down behind Serhando once again. Sullivan trying to get his stick on it. Green couldn't curl into the slot there as he's shut down. Sullivan off the glass to Pugsley, but it goes up to the line. Henry and Serhando gloves that one up. And we'll get our first whistle in a little bit here. We're past the 10-minute mark of this period. Both teams will get a short breather. And not a better time as they probably went 4 or 5 minutes straight there. Again, here's the head-to-head matchup. Coming out of the regular season, Subs were in second place with Weeks in third. But through the regular season, they were 2-2. Playing 4 games against each other. Subs pushing a little more offense. 197 goals for against the Weeks with 168. And Subs as well with the higher power play percentage. And a quick look at players to watch on the Weeks here. Some of their best offensive threats. Frasier and Sim. Watch out for Sim behind the net. He likes to set up plays there in Gretzky's office. But Lawrence Williams, the offensive D-man, who's been having a great game thus far as well. And Ethan Frasier, I mean, a hat trick. What else can you say? As it goes up for Land, who plays it over, and that'll be offside for the Subs here. Croft with it. He'll throw it down. Pugsley with a little bit of a stretch, trying to get it around Land. Land keeps him into the outside, a great play. As it goes up to the line, Bertram keeping that one in. And deep for Pugsley. Land there. He'll flip that one out. Duffy going the other way. Playing that. Land. Tries to play it into the slot. It's shut down. Tanner moving it. McLean cutting in behind the net. Looking for an option. Has Tanner on him. It's up to the line. Kept in by Duffy. Hits off a leg. Now Tanner gives it to Pugsley. To Kidd. Kidd trying to circle by. That puck goes a little too far ahead. As he plays it back, and a big hit there from Land. Kidd is down and not feeling good. We'll get a stoppage here. Seems to be.
The Wellness Center has prohibited the use of air horns, compressed air, or otherwise. Megaphone, sirens, or battery-operated noise makers. Our goal is to provide a safe, welcoming environment.
Nathan Kidd still down in the corner here. The medic will now come out.
This policy will be enforced in all events moving forward.
Seems to be favoring an arm. Not good for the Weeks. Still down slow to get up. He'll get some help from the trainers here. Not looking good for Nathan Kidd. One of the best offensive threats for the Weeks here. If injured, this could be a big hit to their roster. And he'll get helped up here. He's definitely not feeling good. Holding his left elbow, it seems. And he'll head straight to the locker room here. We'll resume play. Back down just outside the Week's end. Kidd gone to the locker room here. As it's one back for McQueen. He'll play it back. Normore moving that through. Williams getting it in his own end. He'll play it back for McKenzie. He'll get it off the boards, moving it to Conlon. And that one's intercepted. Into the slot, up to the line, Scotland. He'll play it over to McQueen. Over, a shot, and a big save there, another shot. Rebound controlled, Serhando covers it up, and he gets a couple pushes to him. The puck is in the back of the net, but it went in far after the whistle here. We won't have any penalties on this play. But some line changes from both teams. Draw one back by the weak. Sullivan in the corner. Turn over to Breen. Breen with it now. He'll play it up to the line. One more moving it to Scotland. Oh, he fakes the shot there and throws it into the corner. McAkron to Breen. Breen trying to walk into the slot. He's shut down. Breen again with it. Up to the line, Scotland. He'll play it in off the boards. Now behind Serhando. It's up to the line for Breen. Normore back to Breen. Breen circling around the back of the net, puts it up to the line. Scotland plays it back in. Breen in the corner. Has McAkron on him. And it's taken there by Tremblay. Sullivan moving that to Green. Now the Weeks the other way. Green to White. White working his way through, and that'll be offside against the Weeks. We'll get a change here. Just outside the Sub zone. And it's one back by the Subs. Henry flipping that by. It's back for Tanner. Tanner moving that. Cameron to Frasier. Frasier working his way in. A nice move there. He'll go into the corner. Backing around the net. Avoids the hit from Henry, but it's turned over. Weeks getting it back. Frasier again. Moves that one to Croft, who couldn't get a stick on that one, but he'll keep it in. Croft, a nice pass over. Cameron. A shot on, and it's off the mask of goal. And he couldn't get that one back. Munden pushing it the other way. Tanner to Frasier. Swain almost got that one. It goes into the corner. Swain chasing. Avoids the hit from Duffy. And now it's up for Croft. Croft, nice play over to Bircham. A shot on, and a big save there. Rebound, flips out. Carver controlling it. Now Swain again with it. Gets it to the line for Bircham again. He'll take another shot. Hits a body in front and goes wide. Duffy getting there. He'll get it to Munden, who has this one in the neutral. Carver trying to push it through, but that gets shut down. And tipped in by Frasier. Croft will get there first in the corner. Playing that one around. Sim out now. Sim looking for an option. Tries to feed it to the slot. Intercepted there. Conlon with a shot. Fans on that one. He'll bring it into the corner. Conlon. Williams to Bircham. He'll play it in deep for Sim. Sim in the corner. Getting held up there. No call on this play. Burgess with it. He'll go at it with Conlon. Conlon into the slot. And a big block pass there from Duffy. And now the Subs get it down the other way. And Smith will beat this icing. Bircham trying to get this one out for White. Smith moves it. It's up for Sim. Sim hit there, still trying to keep possession. Williams playing it back around. Bircham trying to get there. It's up to the line for Land. Landover. Shot on from Normore. Covered up by Serhando. 4:14 left to go here. Sub still leading this one. 5-4. An insanely close game here as it's tied up on the draw. Sparks with it, plays it into the slot. That one goes wide. Land with a 1T, and it's gloved up there by Jared Serhando. Covers that up. Shots 20-15 in the Subs' favor. And the draw again here in the weak zone. And it's pushed through to Green. Green handing it off for McKenzie. He'll play it over to Pugsley. Back over, and it's intercepted there by McQueen. He'll throw it the other way. Sparks to Ryan. Back to Sparks. Pass blocked. Land with a shot. Rebounds alive. Pops out for McKenzie. He'll play it up. Green couldn't get a full stick on it there, so it's flipped back into the Subs' possession. And tipped in. Down behind Serhando. He'll control this one. Played to Cameron. Cameron to Green. Green flipping that one through. Now going the other way. To Pugsley. To McKenzie. A shot on, and it flips up high around the back of the net. McKenzie picking up his own rebound. He'll play it over to Sullivan. To McKenzie. That pass is a little off. Now going for it. McQueen. A breakaway. A shot on, and he scores! And the Subs go up 6-4. Ryder McQueen. A nice move there, beating Serhando. He throws it through the 5-hole. With 3:08 left in the second. Subs lead by 2. What a goal and what an opportunity. The Subs have been playing absolutely fantastic defensively. And that's their second time turning it over to create a breakaway chance. This one works out for them. McCackern playing that one. It's tipped back in by Henry. Sullivan back in his own end. Moving that one around to Croft. Croft flipping it up high. And a little too high for the ref's liking. Draw here back in the weak zone. It's played back for McCackern. He'll try and throw that around the boards. A weird bounce off the glass there. And it's flipped back in. Sullivan moving it to McCackern, who hits McLean off it up to the line. Tremblay a shot. Rebound. Covered up there by Serhando. And now we're going to get a fight here. Serhando gets hit in front. By Ethan Normore. And he's down holding his mask. Sullivan didn't like that. Serhando hopefully okay here. And now we're going to see Normore heading to the box here. Or no, it'll be Breen. And now the Weeks of power play. A chance for them to cut this lead in half. They were in the situation before in the first period when they were down 3-1. They got a couple quick ones and tied things up. Can they do it again here before the end of the second period? Conlon, Sim, and Frasier out there with Cameron and Williams on the line. Frasier looking for his 4th of the game. One back to Frasier, over to Williams. A shot on, covered up by Cole. Draw here in the Sub zone to the left of Cole this time. One back there. Sim, a shot, and a big glove save from Will Cole. They'll do it all over again here. This time, Subs will get a quick change. Ranger against McDonald here for the draw. Tied up, but it goes up to the line. Cameron to Sim. Sim, a shot, and a big save there. Henry will go at it here with Sim in the corner. Turn over to Frasier. Frasier to Cameron. He'll play it over. Williams, a 1T. Rebound pops right back out to him. Williams. Curling at the line. He'll send it in deep for Frasier. Frasier playing it in behind. Conlon looking for an option. Conlon with it, and he's tripped up. We're going to get another penalty here. Flip by. It'll be 5-on-3 for the Weeks with 1 minute and 15 left in this first initial penalty. McDonald heads to the box for tripping. Weeks will have a quick talk with the bench here and head out. Kidd is back out on the ice, folks. An extremely big offensive threat here, especially on a 5-on-3. It's great to see Kidd back. He'll take Conlon's spot on this power play line. Kidd getting up to the line for Cameron, to Frasier. Frasier to Cameron. Plays it in, Williams to Cameron. Frasier, and he loses that puck. Tries to keep it in. They'll battle for it on the boards. And McQueen clears it down there. With just 1 minute 23 left of the second period. Kidd getting this one. He'll play it through. Hands it off for Frasier. Frasier. Cameron. Plays it in deep. Williams, a shot. And that one goes just around. And it circles out to the neutral, back in to the weak zone. 1 minute left to go here in the second period. 30 seconds left to 5-on-3. Frasier handing it to Sim. Sim cutting back. He'll play it back for Cameron. Cameron, a shot on. Wide, and Kidd fans on the shot. And the net will come off there. Cole pulling it back. Cameron. Frasier will go and get ready for the 1T. Kidd in the corner. 34 seconds. Cameron. And that pass blocked there by McQueen. And now we're back. Frasier doesn't see the threat coming in behind him as Breen's back out. Frasier back in for Williams, and that pass goes off his foot. Or Croft, excuse me. And it's flipped back down. 17 seconds left here in this period. Flipped in. Cameron racing it. Sim couldn't get his stick on it. Now the Subs the other way. 6 seconds. It's a 2-on-1. Carver. Over to Breen. A shot. And a big save there. With 0.9 seconds left. .15 seconds left on the Weeks power play. They'll head into the third period with a short stint of 5-on-4. Draw here in the weak zone with 0.9 left on the clock. And it'll get tied up at the draw there. And that'll do it for the second period. Came into this second period tied up 4-4 Subs. Or 3-3, excuse me. Couple quick ones from each team, but then the Subs took things away. Now with a 6-4 lead. Weeks, however, will start the third here with a short power play stint, 15 seconds to be exact. And we'll be back in just a few moments with the third and final frame here between the Weeks and the Subs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this matchup between the Subs and the Weeks. A quick start to the second period resulted in it going from 3-3 to 4-4. Ethan Frasier with a hat trick so far in this game. Burgess as well with 2, looking for his third. A couple late goals, however, in the second from the Subs gave them the 6-4 lead. Weeks start this period with a 15-second power play as McDonald is in the box for tripping. Puck drop to third, about to be underway here. Can the Weeks come back? Or will the Subs defend their lead and take a series lead? 2-1, we'll find out. Burcham carrying this one through. He'll dump it in. Henry playing it around, kept in by Kidd at the line. Kidd still with it, battling, as he took a heavy hit in the corner the second period. Now the other way, McDonald has Ryan with them. McDonald to Ryan, a shot, and he scores! What a goal! What a play! Subs go up 7-4, just 24 seconds into the third period. McDonald jumping out of the box at the perfect time, takes possession. Ryan seeing that one. They go down for a 2-on-1. Ryan puts a top shelf. An unfortunate turn here for the Weeks early. Duffy to Tremblay. He gets hit there by Williams and taken down. Played up to the line. Williams handing it off for Sim. Sim moving it through. Frasier, a shot. And a big save there. Sorry, it was Conlon. Another shot. And the Subs will pick up the rebound. Land playing that off the wall. It's back into the Weeks end. McKenzie back forward in the corner. Hands it to Williams. Williams playing it through. Kept in by Normore. Tremblay in the corner. Playing it over. Pass intercepted and moved to Frasier. Frasier working his way in. He'll dump it. Normore in the corner. Flipping it off the glass. Kept in by McIntosh. He'll go chasing after it. Subs getting possession here as they try and flip it out. Tremblay walking through. He'll hand it over. A shot on. Blocked in front. Normore keeping that in. Sullivan trying to get it to White. Passes a little too far ahead. Frasier couldn't get fully on that one. Normore dumping it right back into the weak zone here. Cameron back with it. Breen holding him in. It's turned over to Sullivan. Now back to Munden with a shot. That one goes to the open side of the ice. Scotland a shot from the line. Rebound's alive. And it's flipped to the other side. Green controlling this one. And he'll play it out to the neutral. Cameron trying to get down there. But he won't get there in time. Weeks icing. Draw will be here to the left of Serhando in the weak zone. McIntosh versus Burgess on this draw. Burgess absolutely on his A game with the draws, but this time McIntosh gets it back. And it's flipped down the length of the ice there. And another Weeks icing. Players to watch here for this matchup. Max Breen has been all over the ice. He's like the Subs version of Matthew Tkachuk out there. Into the gritty areas, getting in front of the net, causing havoc. Been a great addition to the Subs. As it's flipped out, White trying to play it over. Gets it to McIntosh, who dumps it in there. Around the back of the net, turned over to White. White in the corner, looking to set something up. To the line, McKenzie a shot. Rebound's alive. Kidd dives at it, but couldn't get the shot off. And now they'll battle for it on the boards here. Kidd getting it. And he's taken down there. No call in this play as it goes to Carver. Turn back over. Kidd in the slot. Shut down, a shot wide. It's up to the line. Williams. He'll play it in deep. Henry trying to get this one out as he gets it to Carver. Carver flipping it into the neutral. Williams gets it tied up, and now he'll throw it the other way. hit by Henry. Now Burgess back with it. McPhee moving that one to Henry. And Henry flips it off the glass. A weird bounce there. Goes right to Croft. Jaden Croft playing that over. McKenzie plays it back in. Pass intercepted there by Land. Now he'll bring it the other way. Land throwing that in. Tanner back for it. He'll move it around for McKenzie. McKenzie in the corner. Intercepted by Ryan, who keeps it in. McKenzie getting it right back and moving it. Eisner flipping it to Sim. Sim has Croft with him. Gets it to Croft. He'll take a backhand shot. It's a little bit off there. Now Ryan with it again. Flipping it around. Tanner in the corner. Battling with Land. Land thrown off that one by Croft, and he'll flip it back. Doesn't go where he wanted it to as it goes into the week's end. Cameron back to grab it. Subs getting some fresh legs out there as Cameron brings this one through. And he's tripped up. We're going to get a power play here for the Weeks. Defensive rookie Jack Cameron. Right back into this one. Starting his playoff career here against the Subs. Didn't play in the first round against the Hunters due to a broken foot. Missed the last half of the regular season, but he's back here, draws a penalty, and we'll see if he can go to work on the power play. Frasier taking the draw here against McQueen. McQueen wins it back into the corner. And they try and play it out. It flips a little too high for Cameron. Back down into the weak zone, Serhando. Cameron with it. Gives it to Frasier. Frasier flipping that one in deep. Into the corner, Williams making a hit there. Up to the line, Cameron. A shot on. And it's gloved up there, Will Cole. Subs will get another change. Weeks will keep their guys out there, some of their highest scoring offensive players. Tied up at the dot. Sim trying to get it back. It's pushed on to Will Cole. He'll play it over. Williams getting it on the boards. Lawrence Williams cutting back, looking for an option here, and he turns it over. Williams will race back into his own zone here. Has McDonald on him. Handing it off for Sim. Sim firing it down for Frasier. Frasier, a shot over, and Cameron can't tip that one in. And it's fired down the length of the ice there. Just a minute left on this week's power play. McDonald gets in there first. As Serhando plays it to Sim. McDonald forechecking here, keeping the pressure on. Sim moving it. A great pass to McKenzie. McKenzie poked off that one. Now Breen the other way. He'll bring this one through. Getting around Bertram. Breen's in. And he's shut down there, taken down. We're not going to get a call here. And now McKenzie the other way, giving it to Kidd. Kidd back after a tough injury in the corner of the last period. This is flipped up to the line. Bertram, a shot on, tipped down. And that one almost slips in. Kidd with the shot. And it hits a body in front, stays out. It's up to the line for Bertram. Bertram in deep, McKenzie. He'll try and get it over into the slot, but it's cleared there. A big block from Land as he throws it down. And it looks like that'll do it for the week's power play with just 5 seconds left on that. Bertram moving that to Kidd. Kidd, a nice move there. He'll walk in, and that'll be offside against the Weeks. And we'll get a stoppage here with 13:51 left in play. And the ref's still dealing with Kidd and Smith down in the corner. And the draw here will be just outside the Subs zone. Weeks down by 3. Subs playing defensively they try and kill this one. Burgess pushing it through, dumping that in. The dump and chase from the Subs here. Henry again with it. He'll throw it on, and that one's tipped wide. Sullivan grabbing it. Sullivan working his way in. He'll hand it over to Eisner, who throws that into the open ice. Frasier trying to get there. Frasier and Henry battling at it. McLean now poking that one out. It's kept in. Back in the Weeks' possession. Tanner throwing that one on. Frasier trying to get it. Green gets that one poked out of his possession, and it's flipped out to the neutral. Tanner grabbing it. Tanner taking his time. He'll flip it off the boards. Down in behind Will Cole. Turned over. Trying to get on it. White there on the boards now, as well as McIntosh. They'll feed it into the slot. It's intercepted by Henry there. He'll move it into the neutral. Now Sparks with it. Trying to get around. A shot on. And a big pad save there from Serhando. Tanner the other way. Loses that one. Ryan's in, getting his stick in there. Now it's turned over to McQueen. McQueen with it. Gets it in deep for Ryan. A shot on. Blocked by White. White in the corner of his own end here. He'll start to bring it out. White circling through, crossing red. White still with it. He'll take a shot on, blocked by Land. And Land will hold him to the corner here. And it's turned over. Pugsley with it behind the net. Playing it into the slot, intercepted. And flipped out off the glass. McQueen trying to push by here. Normore getting it into the neutral, turned over. White dumps it in on net. And Cole will play it. Land behind his own net. He'll move it. Now the other way, Tremblay. Flipping that one through. It's back, Ryan, a shot on. And it's tipped by Tremblay in front. Serhando covering it up there. And we'll get a stoppage with 11:42 left to go. Subs lead by 3. They'll set up here in the Weeks zone. Weeks desperately trying to get in and set something up in the Subs zone, but Subs an absolute shutdown force in their own end. As it's flipped in there, Bertram chasing after it. Tremblay's holding him. He'll play it into the slot, blocked there by Cameron. Now he'll head the other way, moving that one over. Conlon working his way through, trying to get it to Frasier. Pass blocked by McLean there. Flip back to the neutral. Bertram dumping that in. Henry with it. He'll cut back into his own end, taking his time. Flip through. Conlon almost taking it there. It's dumped into the weak zone. Serhando. And he'll receive a little push there. Serhando was down there for a second. He's back up and all right. As it's flipped in there by Scotland. Bertram moving that one around. Intercepted by Breen there. Back up to the line again. Scotland with it now. He'll cut around Sim, working into the slot. Scotland cutting back. He just keeps that one in. And now we're going to get a penalty here. With a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. I'm not sure. Looks like it'll be a Subs penalty. Henry heading to the box. Or no, it'll be Tremblay and Frasier both getting one here. So by the looks of it, it'll stay 5-on-5. Tremblay getting a tripping call. I didn't catch what Frasier got there. But nonetheless, it'll stay 5-on-5. Perhaps a roughing call to Frasier. And the Weeks win it back here just outside their zone. McKenzie back to Williams. Williams moving it to McKenzie. He'll play it in for Kidd. A shot on, and a big glove save from Will Cole. Will Cole, an absolute wall in between the pipes here for the Subs. Shots 27-25, pretty even in that department with Subs leading it. But a big difference on the scoring side, 7-4 for the Subs here. Draw one back by the Weeks. Croft trying to grab it. Swain fanned on that. Dump. Now it's back for Land behind his net. Land moving that one through to Ryan. Ryan flipping it by. It'll fly up high to McKenzie. Back for Land. Land in his own zone. Moving that one. A stretch pass down. Intercepted by McKenzie. As the Weeks are just trying to at least get a dump in here, but they can't get it by. Duffy with it now. Gets over to McDonald. McDonald working through. Munden with a shot on. Gets blocked by Croft. And a couple bodies go down there in the corner. Ryan grabbing the puck. Ryan into the slot. Pass blocked. It'll go back to the neutral. 9:37 left to go here. Land to Scotland. Playing it off the boards and down. Trying to get it to Munden, but Sullivan locks him up. And they'll almost make a collision there with Serhando. Luckily stopped before they got there. Cameron with it, going the other way. Jack Cameron cutting in. A shot on! And that one flips way up high into the netting.
Yep. There too. Again down there.
We're past the 10-minute mark here. Both teams will get a short breather. Sam Ryan seems like he's all over the puck here tonight for the Subs. Lots of opportunities in this game. And a few plays from him have resulted in a goal. But Will Cole has been absolutely locked down in between the pipes. A big part in the Subs being second in the league, and now coming in here and leading 7-4 in this game. We'll get back to some hockey here. Players back out ready. Cole heads back to his net. And the draw here in the Subs zone. 9:11 left to go. Tied up on the draw. Subs will get it back. They throw this one down. Intercepted by Cameron. Cameron, a nice move there. He'll get around Normore. Cameron cutting back. White plays it into the slot. Rebound still bouncing around. And it's played back. We're going to get a penalty here. Looks to be against the Subs. And Scotland touches it. We're going to get a Weeks power play here. And it looks like Scotland heading to the box. So Weeks, a power play opportunity with 8:49 left on the clock here. And a chance to start picking away at this Subs lead. As they're down by 3. They desperately need one here if they want any chance of tying things up. McKenzie in the corner. To the line for Bircham. He'll play it in deep. Move back to McKenzie on the boards. Bircham. Back in for Kidd. Kidd with it, taking his time. He'll take a shot, and it goes high. McKenzie trying to pick up the rebound, but Munden gets there first and throws it down. Or it was Breen, excuse me. Serhando settling that one down. Hands it off for Bircham. Bircham to Kidd. Kidd cutting around wide. Kidd's in, a shot. And it hits off the pads. Going for the wraparound, a shot on. And it's covered up by Cole. Once again. Frasier and Tremblay will both come out of the box here, and Frasier will immediately go to work on this power play. He already has 3 in this game, the big hat trick. Frasier winning that one back to the line for Cameron. To Sim, a shot blocked in front there by Henry. Sim again with it, picking up his rebound, a shot on, flips in front. Another shot goes wide. Another shot on from wide. Sim trying to play it back in front. And it's flipped out there. Subs clear it. A big clear from Henry. Cameron back behind the Weeks net. He'll move it through to the neutral. Cameron a couple head fakes there, but it's turned over. Tremblay throwing it right back down. 40 seconds left to go on the Weeks power play. Williams into the neutral, plays it in for Frasier. Frasier trying to get it back. Passes a little too far ahead. And the Subs clear it once again. Right onto Serhando. Frasier curling around in his own zone. 20 seconds left on the Weeks power play. Williams working in, trying to get around Normore. He'll play it in front. And it flips back out to the corner. And the Subs clear it once again. And I think that might do it for the Weeks power play here. Just 5 seconds left. Burcham walking in, moving around Henry. And that's poked out of his possession. A big play from Henry there. Sparks curling back in. We're back to 5-on-5. And Normore trying to play it out to the neutral zone, and he will. We're going to stop it and play there for offside. The draw will move right back to the outside of the Weeks end here. 6:34 left in play here of the third period. Serhando moving that to Burcham. Burcham flipping it up high. McKenzie moving it through. McIntosh over. Trying to poke through is Pugsley. It's back for White. White a shot on. A big block there from Scotland, who's feeling that one. Moved around, Duffy in the corner. And the Subs will flip that down. McQueen trying to beat the icing. Burcham gets back for it, didn't go far enough. Burcham moving it to Cameron. Cameron working his way in. Tries to get a toe drag off there. Scotland keeps him out. Now Subs the other way. Ryan moving that one. McQueen, a shot, and that one goes up high. Sparks in the corner, grabbing the rebound, moves it in back for Ryan. Ryan taking his time, curls in, a shot. That one goes just wide. McQueen up to the line for Land. He'll take a shot, blocked in front. Rebound pops right back out. Croft grabbing it, and he'll try and flip it down. Normore throwing it back in for McKenzie. Williams flipping it off the boards. Croft's taken down there, but it goes in for Kidd. He has some room, 3-on-2, and Kidd fans on the shot there. And it's back down the length of the ice. McKenzie grabbing it. Handing it off for Kidd, went a little too far, and Tremblay dumps it in. Green trying to get there before Williams. He'll lay the hit. McKenzie trying to flip it by to Swain. Flipped up, McKenzie will skate through with this one. It's McKenzie in alone, a nice move there, and he's shut down by McLean. Swain back in, plays it into the slot, intercepted. Burcham racing to keep it in. And that'll be offside, just slips out there. Weeks will have to regroup. And the Subs with possession. Breen trying to push this one through. Conlon hit off of it. Now Sim and Frasier the other way. Frasier walking in wide. He'll play it in front. Blocked there by Henry. Now the other way, Scotland moving it through to McQueen. McQueen crossing blue, trying to get around Cameron. He will. McQueen in the corner. He'll get taken down, and we're going to get a penalty here against the Weeks. It'll be against Jack Cameron for tripping. Or no, for cross-checking. So now Subs, with 4 minutes left in the game, a power play opportunity as they try and put the nail in the coffin here. with a 4-goal lead. One back by the week, Sullivan with it. He'll play it around. That pass is intercepted. Henry over to McPhee. McPhee a shot on. That one goes wide and it's gloved up by Serhando. Subs will set up again here. Green taking the draw here against McIntosh. McIntosh winning it to Sullivan. Sullivan moves it around. White will clear that one down for the Weeks. Into the Subs end. Henry with it. He'll skate it through, handing it off for McPhee. McPhee dumping that into the Weeks end. Serhando back for it. Gets it to Sullivan. And Sullivan will quickly turn around and clear it there. 1:20 left on the Subs power play. Henry moving that to McPhee. Playing that one over. Tremblay dumping that one in. Now Breen getting tied up with Sullivan. It'll go on the boards. Weeks would like to kill it off here. Looks like this one will flip out. It'll go into the open corner. McIntosh racing to get there. And a big hit there from Sullivan, knocking the helmet off of Breen. Now they'll battle for it in the corner. Weeks desperately trying to kill this one. Things are getting choppy in there. And things will get stopped. Breen on the bench after getting hit by Sullivan, not happy. As both teams get some fresh legs out there, just 36 seconds left. So the Weeks will throw out their top scorers, hopefully turn things around as soon as it gets back to 5-on-5. Ethan Frasier, although being the top scorer for the Weeks, also great defensively. That's definitely a big reason why he's out here on the penalty kill. Battling for it on the board. Sullivan trying to hold this one again. Rest will stop that one. 2:25 left to go here. We'll reset up to the left of Jared Serhando. One back by the Subs. Duffy moving it to Land. Land playing it in deep. Tremblay. Back to Land. Land. McQueen to Duffy. Duffy a shot. And a big blocker save there from Serhando. McQueen playing it back up. Land to 1T. It goes wide. McDonald playing it into the corner. McCackern firing it around the boards. And a perfect timing. Cameron gives it to Sim. Fresh out of the box. Hands it off for Frasier. Frasier cutting back, he's taken down, no call here. Now Sim curling through, loses that one. McDonald the other way. Pass tip there by McCackern. McQueen will have to track back for it. Henry in his own zone. He's having a great game defensively here. As that's flipped down back into the Week's end, 1:30 left to go here. Subs lead by 3. Cameron with it. He'll take his time in the zone. Wanting his guys to go far down. He'll go for the stretch pass. Just wide. Conlon beating it. Conlon in the corner. Subs are swarming him. And it flips out. Going the other way now. Smith skating through. Hands it to Carver. Carver. Burgess. Smith. And he misses the empty net. No more throwing it in. Carver throws it wide. Williams off the boards. Can't get that pass to go through. Burgess hit there. Another shot. And a big block there. Keeps it under the empty net. Flip through to Conlon. Conlon giving it to Cameron. Takes a shot and a blocker save there. Kidd picking up the rebound in the corner. Back for Cameron. Croft can't get the shot off. Smith will throw it down. 29 seconds left here. Williams playing it in. Normore grabs it behind his net. He'll play it around the boards. Back down to the weak zone. And we'll get an icing here with 15 seconds left to go. Weeks with the empty net. I don't know what they can do here. Weeks now leading in the shot department, 30-29. Frasier trying to push it by. Sub's trying to clear it. Carver trying to throw it down. Just 10 seconds left here. Shot on from Kidd. Hits the body and flips up. We'll get a stoppage here with just 6 seconds left. And folks, it's looking like the Subs are going to win this game. We'll have the draw here in the Subs' end. Subs get it back. Normal will kill it off the wall. And that'll be it. Subs take the win 7-4. And the series lead 2-1. An extremely close game. Subs took it all in the end. Winning 7-3 final score. Final shots for the game 30-29 in the Weeks' favor. An outstanding game from Will Cole and the Subs defense. An absolute shutdown system there gives the Subs the win. And they'll take the lead 2-1 in the series. Thank you for tuning in today, folks. We'll see you tomorrow for Game 4 between these two teams as the Weeks try and tie things back up for the series. Thank you for tuning in today, folks. Have